Alrighty, boys and girls, welcome back to Atomfall. Last episode, we finally came into the interchange. We went through Data Store D, and we went to robotics. I do believe it was Data Store D. So, last episode at the end, after we talked to Joyce, who has been following us apparently the entire time, I said we were gonna go through medical, and that's still the game plan as of right now. And, I wish I had more to say about it, but nope, that's pretty much the game plan. We're gonna go through medical. I did clear out part of Data Store C last episode, so there's nothing in this room already, except for these ceiling shocky things that I keep walking into. Was this here last time? I mean, I guess it was, because it's here, but I didn't take it, or I didn't see it, more than likely, because I was fighting the ferals, and honestly looking for whatever the hell is signal redirecting in here, but I don't know. Alright, let's listen.
The wait is interminable. I've run out of work to occupy myself, and it's still not our turn to evacuate. We all felt the shudder of the explosion at the plant, but since then, nothing. Perkins is wandering around, muttering that they've forgotten us. He's an awful fretter at the first sign of trouble, but I'm beginning to wonder if he might perhaps be on the button this time.
Alright, so not really a lot in that. Training stimulant. Was this stuff all here? Did I just not see it because I didn't have my flashlight on? I've missed so much stuff. Alright, so I don't know what medical would have in store for me. Like, I imagine it can't be worse than robotics? I'm willing to bet it's gonna be pretty similar, if anything. And that probably answers my question as to what I could have signal redirected. It was just below me. That barred from the other side? Yes, it is. I should have opened that last time, but I did not. So it looks like medical is going to be where all the feral stuff is, the other half of the game. Which, you know, valid. Take some quick looks. I don't think any of this stuff is going to be able to be opened because there's no power, but I can be on top of this. What does me being on top of this do? Actually, nothing. Okay, okay. I can metal detect. Alright, so this is where we're gonna want to craft the antidote stuff that Mother Jago gave us, I guess. I only have enough for one of those. I may just not be allowed to go this way at all without this stuff. Okay, it was just the entrance. It's not like the entire thing. Nah, oh. Okay, so 8 headshots. Thrall. Is that his name, or is that the enemy type? Okay, I can squeeze through there. Okay, there's only one way forward, I guess. Oh, may not. Mayhaps not. Maybe up was an option. Everything is blocked off over here. It's a barred crate. Alright, is this door open? Barred from other side, okay. So, through that. There's another dude. Okay, that's the enemy type. Their name is Thrall. Interesting. Hopefully I have enough ammunition to get through this part. Actually, do I have enough points? I have 2. Is that enough? I might have to get this. I might have to be able to harvest spores so I can craft more resistance. Keep an eye out for everything that might hurt me. And honestly, just hope it won't hurt me. Is this a thing? That was a thing. Oh, he's back. I didn't go quick enough. Not gonna lie, y'all are kind of annoying. Oh, that's what that dumbass thing does. I don't think Bro is getting hurt by that at all. However, everything is currently hurting me, so... Okie dokie. Feel like this place is gonna be infinitely less fun to explore than robotics was. Do not bring them the stimulant, okay? I don't know, because I don't think I'm technically in medical yet. Or if I am, I'm not looking in the right places. Okay, so that's where that dumbass is at. Nothing over here. I'm confused. Was there a way I could have went somewhere? Okay, so it occurred to me that over there, that entrance is called medical tunnels. This is medical, so let's just go up. I may have just been a dog hunting in the wrong direction. I assumed all the spores and stuff would have been, like, pointing me in a certain direction, but... Turns out, no, that was not the case. For some reason, now these guys have populated the area I came from. And then here are the doors to medical. Okay, just follow the signs. You don't have to overcomplicate it like I did. For some reason, I assumed, like, down in the medical tunnels were where you had to go, but no. You can just go up here. To be fair, on the flip side, on a more positive note, I did find whatever was in the basement, in the medical tunnels, so I don't have to go back down there. So, what is in medical? So far, a lot of nothing. Church cellar key. And an audio log.
Fisher's log, 28th of September, 57. I knew Dr. Holder was up to something. It's no secret he's been frustrated with the direction of our research, but this takes the biscuit. Last night, Edward let slip about a secret lab Holder has set up in Wyndham Village, under the church, apparently. Of all places. For a month, he's been stealing samples, smuggling out lab equipment, and all with God as his witness. Worst of all, Edward knew because he was planning to join him. Holder's got himself a little rogue scientist brigade. I
I managed to convince Edward to give me a key to the place. Once this fever is down, I'll march over and confront Holder myself.
Okay, so that's gonna take me back to Wyndham. And these guys are tough. Okay, these guys are really tough. Sheesh. Okay, are we good? Like, the worst part is you guys don't have anything interesting on you. You're just a tough enemy for the sake of being a tough enemy. Alright, so we can finally go back and explore that thing in the basement of the church in Wyndham. And I have a feeling that in order to progress anything, we might have to do that. Because they're making a kind of big deal about it, it would seem.
Ah! What are you doing?
Trying to help you, Dr. Fisher. Now stay still.
No! 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 Get that away from me, Alan! It's not... Ah! It's not tested.
It'll save your bloody life. The infection's tearing you apart, trust me.
Get away! Keep your experiments to yourself.
Fisher!
Okay. Unknown key card. Definitely creepy in this part. Not gonna lie to you guys, I enjoyed robotics way more. Not even just because it didn't confuse me for the first little bit of exploring, but it just looked like it was more fun. Alright, then that brought me in a circle. How did we go that much in a circle? I mean, we can't go any further without whatever this key card is, so... I'm guessing we're gonna make a trip back to Wyndham. All that struggle in the caves below. And it's gonna make me go back to Wyndham. Oh, alright, let's be quick about it, I suppose. And then while I'm outside, I guess I should probably try to find some stuff to trade, because I need ammo. First time outside in a little bit. These idiots are here, because of course they are.
Trouble, or you'll get it.
Lower that. Come on then.
Bloody right, pal, you fella. Oh, bang up. Hell's piece of...
Yeah, we don't have to fight. Didn't have to. Anyway, gun away. And
Attention.
head into Wyndham. Okay, church is in sight. Does phone man have anything to say? Yes, he does. What up, brother?
This is the transaction. Oberon must die. If Oberon is dead, then the way out will open. You will awaken as if from a nightmare. This sequence is assured.
Why must Oberon die?
If Oberon is dead, then the way out will open.
Yep, you said that.
Others have and will offer you escape. To follow their advice is at best optimistic, at worst foolish. Be careful. Trust only me.
Yeah. I don't know who I trust. Like, at this point, I don't even trust Phone Man. Phone Man's advice is to not trust anybody and that everything is dangerous, so... I actually can't remember. Is it that door? I mean, it's the only door here. Yep, I believe that was the door.
Slowly now. Come into the light where I can see you.
I will think about it, brother. Thank you for the training stimulant.
You're not one of the scientific staff.
Nope, no I am not. And you're Dr. Holder, I assume. I'll be with you in a second, bro. I find it very hard to believe the people in the church never bothered to, like, try to open that door. I'll come back to that. He might have something more to say about that before I take it. But, okay. Let's chat.
Who the blazes are you? I know every face on the project, and you're not one of them. How did you know I was down here?
Found a clue to this lab while exploring the medical facility.
You found it in... You mean to say you were inside the interchange? Just how did you get in there? They sealed the place tight.
Not that tight. Found a key card that worked on the doors.
You found one. Just found a key card. I believe you. It's so ludicrous that I searched to no avail. Will you just find one? Too ludicrous to be untrue. The interchange. Open again after all this time. Astonishing. I thought it was sealed for good, and its contents forever out of reach. But look, do you realize what this means? If you have access to the interchange, then we might be able to stop this nightmare before it spreads beyond the wall.
Steady on, I've only just walked in here.
5 years. And now so little time left. I'm sorry. You're perfectly right, of course. You have not a reason in the world to trust me at such short acquaintance. Yet the fact remains, you must. So much depends upon it. We first discovered the growth at the Oberon site. I was one of the team assigned to study it. You know, at first we thought it was benign. Beneficial even, according to the early results.
Go on.
In our experiments, small doses of the growth in a purified form showed the most astonishing effect on cognitive capability. But it was not purified nearly enough as it transpired. Its active agent was much more active than we realized. What it was doing to both our bodies and our minds all the while, it beggars imagination. We thought we held the future in a test tube. But all we had isolated was evil in its purest form.
Your eyes, are you infected?
You can see why I must keep myself hidden away down here. Yes, it's under control, but I'll never be entirely free of it. Thanks to this apparatus, I found a way to inoculate myself, halting the infection before it could fully establish itself. If my colleagues had shown more faith in my line of experimentations, well, we wouldn't be where and what we are now. But look, we have so little time. I desperately need your help.
Alright, what can I do to help?
I need you to go back to the medical facility, and this time, go deeper. All the way down to the quarantine level. Somewhere in there is a sealed cylinder. It's labeled Sample 1. Find it and bring it here to me. Do that, and I can promise answers. Answers and a way out of here. Here's my keycard. It will get you deeper into the medical section.
I'll see what I can do.
Before you go, you should help yourself to a dose of my inoculant. There's one lying around here somewhere. If you ever encounter a thick area of growth or are suffering from a potent strain of the infection, that stuff will ease the burden. It should give you a better chance of surviving infested areas. And with any luck, it will silence the voices in your head. Best of luck. Time is of the essence. With any luck, Sample 1 will still be hidden away in the medical facility.
Okay, he's not gonna talk, so... New skill acquired. Infection resistance, take less damage from hazards. Okay, cool, sure. That opened up a new skill tree down here. I don't have enough for that one, which is probably what I would take. So, okay, he wants me to go back to medical now. Realistically speaking, had I not goofed around in the medical tunnels for longer than I should have, we could have probably already been done this many, many, many times over. Okay, I thought you guys were gonna, like, tell me something, but nope. Alright, head back to medical. Again? Brother, you went 3 episodes without talking to me, and you've talked to me twice within the last 10 minutes.
You are doing well.
Thanks, Dad.
Continue to do well. It is imperative that you continue to do well.
Who is this?
Much depends upon you continuing to do well.
Do you mind? Nosy ass villager. Shit. Trying to think if there's anybody that I can think of off the top of my head that shares Bro's inflections in his voice. And honestly, no. I wish there was an answer, but no. Maybe the dude that you talk to when you first leave the bunker that plays the guitar. Maybe him. Let me see. Where does this take me? If I go back in through this door to the interchange, where does this take me? This might not be an answer that I want. James Clark.
Access granted. The interchange.
Cool. Alright, where does this bring me in then? I was not anticipating you guys to chase me. Alright, this brings me back to the center. Cool, I guess. Alright, so we have to go back through Data Store C and go to Medical.
Don't you go asking him. You're dead. You hear me? Dead.
Bloody hell. Come on, Ed, sunshine.
Bloody right.
Bugger. Reload.
I'll find you! Just you wait. Come on!
Where did you guys come from?
Bloody... Come on!
Keep your head in future.
Where's me ammo?
Just die. Like, oh my god. Why are we doing this? Now my worst case scenario is that the other idiots have respawned in here. Okay, so open this door. And down we go. Okay, so this is the bottom of those steps. Okay. Is the SMG just stupidly weak, or... No, I guess the SMG is just stupidly weak.
Hello? Anyone receiving this? What the blue blazes happened just now? Who declared quarantine?
Dr. Holder.
Dr. Garrow? Is that you? Where are you?
Alan, listen to me.
Diane, where are you? Is this your doing? We're locked in.
There was an explosion. We had to...
Had to what? Where are you, Diane?
I'm on the evacuation convoy. I'm sorry, Alan. There was no time.
Okay, so even the rifle takes 6 headshots. I hope we wanted to power this place up. Otherwise, that's awkward. Door just doesn't open. Alright. Did that do something? It would open these doors. Okay, sample one, I walked by it. I want to explore more of this place, but at the same time, I kinda just want to leave.
And on the evacuation convoy. I'm sorry, Alan. There was no time.
No time? We're still in the fail-safe period, Diane. Raise the quarantine level before it's too late.
I can't do that. Oberon must remain secure.
Diane, there's dozens of us still in the lab. Please suspend the quarantine, just for a few minutes.
I can't. I have to think of the many.
Are you quite insane? Wait. Wait. I know why you're doing this.
I'm sorry. I must go, Alan. The interference is too strong already. Good luck.
Diane, don't you dare. Open the bloody doors, damn you. Diane! You can't trap us in here to die. I swear, if you don't...
Okay, so yeah, that pretty much validates my train of thought. The last few times we've heard about Dr. Garrow, she just kind of was a scumbag. Alright, let's get the resistance manual. Which opens the last tree that I didn't have. And then I did find more skills, so let me buy that. And then I have 3 left, which I'll save. And then I think I can just dip. This brings me out to the medical tunnels, presumably on the other side that I couldn't get to earlier, which I was looking for. Yeah, it brings us to that door. Brings us to the barred door, which is now open. Still can't really do much of anything in here. Oh, you respawned. That's not very cash money, but let's get out. Let's dip. Let's run through, let's get out, and let's head back and talk to the boy Alan. Alright, those guys didn't respawn. Fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. I know there's a quicker way to get to where I want to go. I just have simply no idea where that door I came in through Wyndham Village is at. No idea whatsoever. I'm not even gonna pretend to remember. So I'm gonna head out through Slattendale. And in a perfect world, I'm just gonna run by the outlaws that have probably respawned. You guys can have it. I don't want it.
Attention! Wyndham Village is under...
Alrighty. See if Phone Man has anything to say, and then let's go talk to Alan. Yep. What up, dude?
You have met Miss Tanner.
Yeah, I met one of the NPCs just pushed me. I met her a long time ago.
You should trust no one. You should trust me.
Brother, you sound like an unhealthily obsessed girlfriend. Matter of fact, I believe you when you say you should trust no one. That includes you, though. I don't trust you, I don't trust anybody. Alrighty, Alan, let's talk.
Time is of the essence. With any luck, Sample 1 will still be hidden away in the medical facility.
I found Sample 1 for you.
You found the sample? But this is wonderful. For the first time in years, there's hope. A true, viable hope.
What were those creatures down there?
Those used to be some of the finest minds in the country. Country be damned in the world. My colleagues, trapped there when the laboratory was sealed. Now I need to get to work on this sample. This alien muck has vulnerabilities, but taking advantage of them is difficult. But I can see you're curious and you've earned some answers, should you want them. Is there anything that you want to know?
I want to know what Oberon is.
It's an official secret, for all the weight that carries now. Oberon is the code name for the meteorite they found buried here. It was uncovered just after the war, during the evacuation of new slate mine workings. That discovery was the reason they built this whole circus here. I dearly wish it had remained undisturbed. The rock itself contained remarkable minerals, instrumental in the creation of the atomic batteries, and all the other marvels you've no doubt already encountered. But they drilled too deep into Oberon. And, at its core, discovered organic matter. That was sample 1. A team of biologists, myself included, were assigned to analyze it. But the Oberon investigative team drilled too deep. There was some sort of violent and highly energetic feedback that collapsed part of the plant and triggered the quarantine. That was in 1957.
A few episodes ago, whenever I said this was like Still Wakes the Deep, but on land, I wasn't too far off. What is the growth you discovered?
It is abominable. Plainly extraterrestrial, voracious and implacable. At first, the top brass was excited by the potential it showed. In small doses, it seemed to accelerate our ability to learn to a remarkable degree. Your mind expanded. As if you had a connection to lost knowledge that you had somehow forgotten and were simply rediscovering it. But then, some of us started to change. We barely had time to start coming to terms with it. The explosion at the Oberon site came just days later. The quarantine was declared, and they trapped us in the lab. They left us for dead. Our own colleagues.
And how did you end up here?
You mean, why am I still trapped in the medical section? We didn't know it at the time, but there was a breach towards the back of the lab. Thanks to my experimental inoculation, I was able to resist the infection, to keep my own personality and intellect intact. I escaped through the tunnels under the lab. The only place I could think of to hide was there. When it seemed there was more to this growth than the BARD top brass wanted to admit, some of my colleagues and I decided to set up a very unofficial lab. This is it. It was hard work carting all this gear undetected, but we managed it. The vicar agreed to let us use the crypt for storage years ago, before the disaster. We made a small donation. To the church, you understand. And he didn't ask any questions after that. Now, I need to get to work on turning this sample active but toxic. A biological time bomb, if you will.
Maybe I misunderstand what he's trying to say, but why though?
In the meantime, there's something else you may be able to help me with. In return, I can assure you a route out of here. That's the deal.
Sure.
Sometimes, at night, I go up to the church tower and listen to the sentries chatting down below. I've heard some chatter that suggests my old colleague, Dr. Garrow, came back into the zone. The soldiers locked her up in their prison on Scathermore. Seems she's upset their captain. She's neither use nor ornament trapped there. Can you get her out? I very much need to see her. It's vitally important.
I already know. We've already met her. Why is it so important I find her?
I never thought I'd get the chance to see her again. It's vital I see her about something before we can leave.
Does it have anything to do with the audio logs I found in the medical facility that, like, make it sound like you're vindictive and want to hurt her?
She and I worked on the Oberon project. Garrow's a cyberneticist. That's the science of control, if you're unfamiliar with the term. She was over on the technological end of things, leading the development of the robots. A very brilliant woman, and obsessively devoted to her work above all else. When the quarantine was declared, well, she got out, and we didn't. I never thought I'd have the chance to see her again. But it seems she couldn't leave well enough alone and just had to come back.
I'll get back to you.
Hurry. Find her if you can. It's very important.
I've already found her, and I've also already established that breaking her out of prison doesn't really help me. So if I do it, it's actually because I need to do it to end the game. Which we will come back to at some point. Not today, though, because that is going to be where I end this episode. I was genuinely expecting there to be more in the medical facility, but alas, here we are. But anyway, hope you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Like and sub down below. Hope you guys have a great day after this video ends, and I'll talk to you in the next video. A pizza.